Right, listen, I didn't have a problem with Saturday. Got it wrong, capitulated. There was a spell where he lost 3-4 goals, but I'm strangely not happy with the result. But with 11v11, I was more than happy with the performance. So I think you've got to take it, strip it back into isolation. It is what it is. We got beat with 10 men, 2 penalties against us, 3 unopposed shots for 12 yards, a decent finish for their second. So we're in a, honestly, game's done. It's put to bed, it's dissected, looked over it, but over the piece, I was really happy with the 11v11, and that's the big thing for me. If that game was to happen in the manner it did with 11v11 on the park, it'd be extremely worrying. But I'm not worried about it at all. Yeah, no, difficult game. Obviously, we've all seen Dundee United yesterday, and for the record, I think that'll not be the last time that Celtic do that to teams. So I think Dundee United will be coming here with a point to prove. It's going to make our job even more difficult. I know some of the players, I know the coaching staff, and there's no way on earth they're going to take that line down. So it's going to make our job very, very difficult on Wednesday due to the result on Sunday. If I'm honest, I'd rather Dundee United were coming here with a wee bit of complacency, which that will definitely not be the case. But you can make sure you put us in the papers. I don't think Dundee United will be the last team that Celtic do something very, very similar to this season. I think Jack's I genuinely do. I think Jack's a fantastic manager. I think they've got great players on paper. They're going through a tough spell. Now. Let's not forget about the opposition we're talking about. I think Celtic have now shown this season how good they are. Alkmaar are a top European side. They're a top Europa group stage side, in my opinion. Was it the Conference League they were playing? But for me, Alkmaar are a very good European footballing side. So yeah, they're probably disappointed in the results and the goals they've lost, but they're playing some very, very good football teams. I go down to Bournemouth and Liverpool. I'm actually really happy that happened at the weekend, because it shows you the level of opponent that you're up against. It's very, very similar in Scotland. So, I hope Dundee United and Jack, I hope they can turn it round, but I hope they don't turn it round too quickly, if I'm honest, because I want to get through to the next round of this cup. And I'm sure he'll get there. Jack's a very, very clever manager. He's got good staff round about him. I think there's good people at Dundee United. They're doing good things at the club. So I don't think it will be too long before they turn that round. I think you can only take one game in isolation, and who knows, you get to the quarter-finals and you're in the semi-final, you're saying the same narrative, and when it gets into the knockout stage, you take one game at a time. You're 1 game away from Hampden, you're 2 games away from Hampden, you're 3 games away from Hampden, so the narrative changes slightly, but you can only really take every game in isolation. I'm delighted for our own perspective. We came off a bad defeat at the weekend. I'm delighted we can go and try and rectify that as early as possible with a game on the Wednesday. So really looking forward to cup football first and foremost. Just getting back to playing a game of football when you've not had a great weekend, so to speak.